get under his skin and find a lot of ways to take advantage of that. So I'm excited to see here. And before we go in the game, it is Weasel FURTs. How could I forget the North American Strikers League branding on this team? We'll see, though, if Overgrown Lemon can live up to that legacy.
Starting on here on the At Lab.
Okay.
Overgrown Lemon 5 found dead on the Atlas Lab. I was going to talk about the story. Oh my god, 2 of them are dead already. This is point. Prime time start. It was Cast Last was the other Awakening. But, I mean, if Chicago Eclipse can just take these points like that, it's not gonna look good for these little FURTs here.
I am never complimenting a player on Rift ever again, man. That was messed up. But we're going to game proper here. A bit of a hiccup here to start off reserving from Chinese FURT. No doubt they're gonna bounce back though. But before they could do that though, Zonseki gonna be the first to draw blood here, and I'm gonna take a quick look at the Awakenings here. 3 slit kicks. Full prime time start, and I think obviously the thing to be looking at is that prime time Asher. So many people do believe that this prime time Asher, or that Asher in general just sucks. That she is just a bad pick. She is borderline unpickable, and I think that there is one exception to that, and that's if you are an experienced Asher goalie like Ripstick, and you're able to get it off of the prime time start. So Primetime Asher, obviously she has one of the best defensive primaries in the game, and now she gets 2 of them. So that could be very, very powerful. I suspect that if Ripstick gets cooldown, you get a lot of work done defensively. He's doing a lot of work offensively there with a goal, but he could become a very, very hard to break wall if this game continues.
Hey, Chicago Eclipse did try to execute a gameplay of shooting Overgrown Lemon 5, and since he is, firstly, I think he's the star player on that team. It seems really effective too, because Asher is kind of hard to get through her because all those cooldowns, but if you have like a power play, it makes it even easier to get through the wall that is Asher.
Yeah, you can pass around using the man advantage. That is something that similar to like Mako, right? Something that Asher very much struggles with, but as of right now, actually, Scandal is trying to be struggling a little bit here. Had to kind of walk away from the barrier because of the damage, but gonna be Angle Senpai and Zonseki now taking a lot of damage. Zonseki very low with no evade. Could be very dangerous. Barely stays alive for now, though. Overgrown Lemon hanging back, looking for potentially an opportunity here to take out Zonseki. This orb, no doubt. Some contention there. Yeah, there's Zonseki goes. Overgrown Lemon now gonna get flipped off of this orb, and it's going to be up to Scandals to make sure that doesn't happen. But unfortunately, the black hole bounce just not where you want it for Scandals, and Overgrown Lemon's going to be taking that goal.
Yeah, it was a good try from Scandals killing Angle Senpai on the black hole blow up. And I mean, Overgrown Lemon 5 here has no evade, and the goal for Chicago Eclipse is to put on damage, but oh my gosh, the now Gregory just gets instantly blown up as the midfielder, because now doesn't really have a lot of stagger, and you can just layer a couple abilities, and if she doesn't have any secondary or ult, she just blows up.
Yeah, and it could be a little bit scary here as well. I'm thinking of potential scalings to come through. I'm looking at things like Heavy Impact, Prize Fighter, 1-2 Punch, all of these just so destructive on the brawlers, and you've got a very fragile midfielder and goalie here. For the side of Chikara Eclipse, not to mention, like you mentioned, right, Asher, potentially very vulnerable herself with how slow she could be, and I suspect this game can get very deadly, like we've seen, and down here in Nasty, I know that a lot of teams have issues dealing with that. We saw in the previous series, Flowers just kind of taking over off of her Luna pick, and maybe we'll see something similar here.
And there's no Cypher one here, but a lot of damage is being tacked on as Overgrown Lemon 5 takes the MVP for Weasel FURTs, and Ad Rush, Heavy Impact, Prize Fighter, all damage awakenings are here for this draft, and I really wonder what Overgrown Lemon 5 is going to take here.
Yeah, Heavy Impacts. Oof. There's a Prize Fighter bulk up as well. I'm actually kind of looking at this bulk up. Yeah, I think he's still picking it up. I'm such a personal believer of just stacking power on Estelle. I think that it's just so good where you have the 50 caliber primaries that can just randomly dash punch someone off with a single ability. Not to mention, right, the extended hit stun that could happen off of things. If you get, for example, something like Hot Shot to add with it, right, it makes your primary so capable at making sure that goalies they have to preemptively evade it or else they're just going to lose the point. I think that She uses power incredibly well, right? Has one of the, I believe, one of the few midfielders that has a base 100 power as well. And with how much damage Overgrown Lemon's doing, getting that skill secure as well, it's just, I think this Estelle pick could potentially go incredibly crazy. But for now, Scandals here with an amazing play. The card is able to actually steal one. Unfortunately, could lose both barriers in the process here. Looking a little bit scary here defensively. Now Cragley's going to be walking up. Zonseki with all the cooldowns that he needs to get a clever pass, but it's not going to happen. Scandals now has to defend against the onslaught of Wee's shiny FURTs here. Going to actually do so very, very well. Triple take coming through to keep the core up, but unfortunately, Angle Senpai actually going to get dash punished. Zonseki finding the kill here. The Adrenaline Rush, which I failed to mention in the previous draft, now going to be fully procced. Overgrown Lemon, though, in a position that he's very familiar with now in overtime. A bit of a crazy back pass up to Ripstick. Very crazy clear here. But it does buy time. Unfortunately, it's just all for naught. The Now Mine clips the core before they get to Angle Senpai. That is a nice first goal here for Chikara Eclipse.
I mean, we saw in that draft, Juliet was last pick, and somehow Adrush fell down all the way down to her, and I found it pretty surprising because I know nasty people don't really play for like damage as much as other teams. So many teams don't play damage when it's when it's a Nassel, NASA, or Nasty. They don't really like to play damage because damage is looked upon as not really fun. But it's just like, okay, so we're gonna set up this Juliet, and if we take Adrush, because the Awakenings all there for that previous draft were all damage, and they didn't really prioritize stuff like Adrenaline Rush, and this might bite Weasler's FURTs in the behind, in the bit, in the later sets. If this Juliet gets unlocked, it might be a bit over for.
Yeah, and there's still things like the 1-2 punch, right? That could lead to some catastrophic plays. Spark of Strength could be gone. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what can the Juliet still pick up here is still in draft outside of 1-2 punch? What is there left?
Size,
right.
Super Surge, Explosive. That's more the non-common Juliet Awakenings that you want to pick for her, and it still can work. So yeah, as she gets a kill, and now they have the speed, and now they can basically take over.
We're already seeing it here. The Dash Punch coming out, but not going to find value. Philip now for Angle Senpai, but it's going to go right into the unfortunately timed black hole. Overgrown Lemon coming back up. Ripstick barely able to keep that final goalie barrier alive. There we go, the Asher Primary coming through, but the hit stun from Zonseki means that this is a potential thing. No, the big finish, just poorly timed here. Overgrown Lemon with a blick off the Oni's blade, but not going to find the goal here. Cragley now marching the core upfield, going to be taken low by the black hole. Angle Senpai with a piercing shot, not able to do it, and Overgrown Lemon finds the strike actually through it all. Cool guys don't look at explosions, and brawlers don't look at their midfields dying. Overgrown Lemon, first point.
A really good play from Weasel's FURTs. And now I think these Overgrown Lemon is a known Juliet player, so I would expect them to know how to position against Juliet and not let her get value, because even the best Juliets know how to get value from her character, and if they're not finding dash punches, you just threaten the space of, okay, I want to stand on top of you, and if you make a single mistake, you get dash punched. And I feel like Overgrown Lemon 5 is not going to put themselves in a position like that, and it'll allow for Weasel FURTs to play more on the style of just stuffing the core inside.
Yeah. We'll see as well. Overgrown Lemon gonna have to face with that Juliet pressure now again. Gonna have to limp away from this play, allowing Cragley to dribble up here, but unfortunately now, looking on the flip side, Zonseki just looking to take out Overgrown Lemon, just blowing cooldowns onto the poor lad. Fortunately, though, not going to find the KO, but a scoring opportunity is going to be here. A good piercing shot from Angle Senpai, though, delays that before Zonseki can build up too much pressure. Cragley now here with possession of the core. Ripstick, good clearing, actually, finds the gap between the two forwards, but the flips has to come through. Oh, Overgrown Lemon, though, calls it out, but no, the Asher is too slow to catch the red core on the rebound, and another point goes, another set actually, or sorry, the first set goes to Chikara Eclipse here.
Scandals with the MVP. Looking at, a lot of speed, and this Deadeye for Finny, and I'm not sure what she takes here. She could take Deadeye, Sack on Sack, she does fall for the Deadeye, and Estelle will probably take Sacks here.
And we'll see. Yep, that mobility going to be incredibly useful. Feeding Overgrown Lemon the core is something that I think these little FURTs have absolutely just wanted to do all season. On the flip side, though, spark scaling coming through for Ripstick. That's going to be something to watch, especially now that we have a 1-1 set count. It's going to be very likely that Ripstick is going to grab that third spark to bolster whatever stat plus strength that he is going to get. Obviously, he gets a little bit of the sharing as well, but that's just a little bit of a cherry on top rather than anything explosive. On the flip side, though, we've had Deadeye, you mentioned, obviously going to make over on Lemon's life potentially very miserable, but if he stands on Scandals all the time like this, may not get a lot of value off of it. On the flip side here, Cragley barely able to stay alive, but is Ripstick not able to use that prime time to keep the goalie gate open. Overgrown Lemon here trying to find a breakaway for himself, but nothing to be had here. Pass down to Angle. Senpai goes a little bit wide. Oh, Cragley almost bounced into the perfect position to take the strike war, but right now it's going to be a slow march forward. A KO found now onto Cragley. Angle Senpai doesn't fall for the Ash Punch. Overgrown Lemon with the Blake mix-up timing finds the core, gets it into the net. Now it's going to be Weasel FURT pulling it.
That was a great confirm on the goal for Overgrown Lemon 5, and I do want to talk about the extra special on top of this Zentaro. Heavy Impact. Primetime extra spec Zentaro is the kill confirm monster. You can just dump so many cooldowns, and this because the way they're playing, they're playing. Oh my gosh!
Oh my god! Yeah,
they're just layering abilities on each other, and the health bars are just disappearing. And Overgrown Lemon 5, all he needs to do is save 2 or 3 abilities, and he has so many cooldowns because of Primetime and extra special that he can just confirm into a power play and allow the time to become really easy as they apply the pressure and slide the core on the bottom side, taking that second point.
Yeah, brutal triangle formed we saw there. Ripstick moving up with the momentum boots here. By the way, one of the few holdouts of momentum boots, Asher, really likes the pick, really goes for it, still thinks it's very good. Even in a meta where a lot of people think Asher herself is just bad, let alone Asher off of like things like Strike Shot or the Pauldrons. So very, very awesome pick to see here in NAST. Good to see some kind of a very diverse, very honestly one of the very signature pick. I don't think any other player in the NS really does this. So that's cool to see. I'm very curious to see aggressive goalie Asher come out here, and as of right now, we might get to see more of it because right now, Angle Senpai, an opportunity on the goal, but immediately going to be punished for that, going to be blasted away.
Angle Senpai allows to easily just walk away because with Now and Julie, you can't really threaten like damage onto them, and even with Vinny could like throw out a card, but it's not really helping out. Oh my gosh, Ripstick almost just died to the dash punch, but it's okay. They live, and Ripstick has the ball, giving all the momentum to Overgrown Lemon 5 to make these plays, and the bear falls. Angle Senpai takes it, and now Overgrown Lemon 5 takes the blick shot. Good flip, and the core stop kills Scandals, but oh my gosh, Overgrown Lemon 5 is dead, and Ripstick is just stalling right now. It's correct play here, and they played fast, they dribbled, and they caught Cragley lacking, and they shoot it to the top side, taking the set.
That's an ego check right there. Ripstick gotta be feeling really good after that one. Overgrown Lemon accredited with the MVP, but that's just icing on the cake. Looking at the Awakenings here, this is almost a guaranteed third spark, and if it's taken by Zonseki, I think that Asher just wants the hot shot anyways, no?
Yeah, just more cooldowns. I mean, they denied a spark here, and now Asher gets hot shot with primetime hot shot. So all she needs to do is just primary something, and then her primary is basically back in like 5 seconds. So it's gonna be really hard to take down. But they have to, the side of Chicago Eclipse have to maneuver their way through this comp a bit.
Yeah, and on the flip side, I didn't talk about it, but the Dash Awakening here for Overgrown Lemon, right? This is a lot of damage, right? 25% damage boost for the Zentaro. All of his abilities are impacts. Not to mention the Dash Awakening in and of itself. This is a very unleashed Zentaro here, a very unleashed Asher, and an Estelle with double stagger prime time stacks on stacks. I think very happy no matter what character you are with that build. It really feels like Wee's little FURTs have the ability to awakening this game out of control essentially.
The sad thing is, going back to the first round, Juliet lost all her good awakenings, and now she's really feeling the pain of just getting mediocre awakenings after the other, and they haven't really finding much dash punches because they're just trying to look to do stuff like sitting on someone instead of like threatening like the dash punch or making the other people's lives harder. Like this is perfectly fine. Just standing on someone and making them not be in the play.
Yeah. You are doing that. Brawler is indeed getting it done. We're going to go in overtime now, but ironically, it's going to be Juliet of all people staggered. Does proc that adrenaline rush, though, in the end off the back of her Scandal's damage. That means this is an opportunity. The dash comes through. Final goalie barrier going to get out, and the back pass goes a little wide, but doesn't matter in the end. Zonseki with a good strike war win takes the first point of the set here.
I think Ripstick got a bit caught off guard through that red core because team player and Glass Cannon, there's no like blue streak of the core, so they didn't expect the core to go that fast, and they just lost an unfortunate strike war.
Yeah, and quick KO. Actually, I didn't even notice it. I was looking at Ripstick defending the net. On the flip side, Crowder's going to get fridged here. The hot shot speed, sending it up to Overgrown Lemon, blows the Flame Flurry here defensively, but now power play is going to be over with not too much to show for it. The dash from Zonseki going to be used a little bit early here just to move the core forward, but unfortunately to no avail here. Oh, but Scandals gives Ripstick a taste of his own medicine there. Now opening the net here for Chikara Eclipse. Engel Senpai now looking to dribble, but Zonseki stays cool and collected, is almost able to get that dash punch through. Overgrown Lemon now a chance to shine here. Trying to get this goal. The strike war is not going to be won, though, against the midfielder of Chikara Eclipse. Oh, a little bit of an unfortunate ankle here for Engel Senpai. It's now Ripstick an opportunity. Almost loses it to the Dorito, but at least gives Overgrown Lemon one more opportunity. The dash punch is there now as we come into overtime. Staggered for Overgrown Lemon. Cragley with the strike war win now. Ripstick has to blow his flip in this situation. Overtime's coming through. Cragley not able to get the core. This is a breakaway for Overgrown Lemon, but the angle is just not right. The piercing shot comes through. No!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! Overgrown Lemon saves it in such a dramatic fashion. Engel Senpai now tasked with a goal, and that he does. And I'm gonna say that was a little bit more dramatic than it needed to be, but W Overgrown Lemon 5 for that one.
That was a crazy brain destroyer for his Eclipse so off guard that Engel Senpai just gets the ball for free and just scores it, and now it's 1-1 here, and a lot of like damage is being pressured here, but not like KOs as the double barrier falls, and we're just looking here. They need to find. Oh,
no.
my gosh!
Oh no!
They need to find a way to like settle in and not get blown by the momentum, and that's basically what Chikara Eclipse needed there. Just an easy goal mishap, and now they'll take over here.
Yeah, and that's one downside of this momentum boost Asher. You want to walk up, you want to play aggressive, but Asher's slow. You could still, even with the boost from momentum boost, there are still situations like that where you could be caught with your pants down, and you just lose very quickly. We saw a lot of that actually. Yesterday, Flying Blobos, it felt like, was able to take advantage of a lot of the walk-ups that an Aragol was having against Heavy Metal Gundam, and because of that, they were able to find a lot of goals and opportunities they otherwise would not have. So it's going to be up to Ripstick to not allow that to happen again. But in the meantime, Engel Senpai and Overgrown Lemon actually winning the 2v2 strike war, and that's going to be a nice goal here. Gonna put them on game point.
I'm pretty sure Cragley and Scandal struck at the same time, so they didn't layer, and unfortunately Scandal saw the strike cooldown, so they couldn't save the ball. In that unfortunate scenario. It's looking really good for these little FURTs. They have almost triple flip here. A lot of momentum going for Overgrown Lemon 5. He wants to take over this game as the brawler, as the ace of this team. And if he finds a good flip here with the layer, Cragley's almost dead, but the lifeline comes out, but the flip, Engel Senpai will put Cragley into the hole, into the death zone. And it's a power play. Oh my gosh, unfortunate reversal. It's looking good for Weasel first, and they just play slow here, and they'll eventually just win the war of attrition. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Zonseki with a snipe away dash punch, but gonna be dash punched himself. Ripstick now matching the momentum. It's gonna be a 2v2 situation here for another second, but Engel Senpai's back up. The Estelle here with long-range scoring support can happen against the Finny. The triple take is such an unfortunate timing, which means that now it's gonna be an open net here for the side of Chikara Eclipse. The dash punch does not ring true. Overgrown Lemon remains alive. He needs to hit the core. There's not going to be any cooldowns here to actually defend if it gets to him, but it doesn't for now. The triple take prevents that anything from happening. Zonseki here with possession of the core. Oh, and the strike comes through. Engel Senpai not ready for it, unfortunately. Zonseki just nabs away that set, and we're going to a set number 5 here.
That was a crazy situation there. All the momentum was shifting left and right, and now Juliet has the. Look, they have 1-2 here, and if Angel Senpai doesn't deny it, it's looking really dangerous for Weasel Furts.
Yeah, but on the flip side, right? If since now that Kragley hasn't picked up the spark, this is a 3 spark. Yeah, that that Zonseki has to deny here. That means that's passing up on the 1-2 punch, which inevitably was denied for him. But now I think that makes the big ticket awakening here. The twin drive on this dash range Zentaro. Overgrown Lemon already had the prime time now, but he's got 5 abilities to use here coming into set number 5. You know, 5 sets, 5 abilities, and that's a lot of damage and everything else.
Yeah, I think Kragley should actually switch their game plan instead of like a core control as to just dump as many cooldowns into Overgrown 5 because they have Stinger and they have Prime Time and they have Manu Super Surge. So they're gonna do so much overall take damage and you just leave the Juliet, the kill confirm with Dash Punch or ult, and it'll become an instant free power play as Overgrown 5 is literally staggered right now and they're pretty much out of the play right now.
Angel Senpai going to be looking to take the goal himself in lieu of his brawler, but just not going to be able to. Doesn't have the resources. Overgrown Lemon, though.
Oh, he got the strike. The strike, and he got the kill with the slice and dice. Overgrown 5 taking over this game right now.
Yeah, Overgrown Lemon. That's got to be a powerful statement. Hey, his name is Overgrown Lemon. You got to feel sour after he does something like that to you. Overgrown Lemon, though. Oh, does it again! Watch the scandal. He's taking over. Overgrown Lemon 5 might be looking to get a 5-0 here for his team. The flip comes through, doesn't find the KO, but it's going to be enough for Angel Senpai to clear the way. 2 quick points. Overgrown Lemon all of a sudden just locks in, takes over the game, and this is the shining star of Weasel, you know, of every iteration of FURT. Never has there been a better brawler than Overgrown Lemon 5, and he is going to march his team to victory right now. But Zonseki, the other brawler to watch this series, has something to say about that. 1 KO found, and maybe a goalie barrier to follow. Flip, just waiting for the right opportunity. The Sad Boys angles comes through, but it's a double barrier. No, Zonseki is going to use his flip defensively there, but that means that nothing's going to happen here on this offensive play. Ripstick is bunkered up. All of his cooldowns are going to be here, and it's just all too comfortable. On the flip side, Scandals with a well-timed card, unfortunately just not enough. This could potentially be it for game number 1. The angle rings true here. Overgrown Lemon tries to get nasty with it, but doesn't quite find it. Kragley able to get his hands on the core. Zonseki, no, a misstrike's not going to be enough. The flip has to come through from Scandals, but it's just too late. Overgrown Lemon finds the Oni's blade at just the right time. One small misplay leads to another, and game 1 is going to go into the hands of Weasel Furts.
Set 5, Overgrown Lemon 5 unblocks the set 5 potential. Wait, Overgrown Lemon 5, set 5, it's basically in the name. They lie dormant in the mountaintop. They lie in the rain. They lie in the waterfall. And then set 5, they unlock the true Oni's blade potential and takes over that game there.
Yeah, absolutely. 7+1 performance, 50k damage in the bank for Overgrown Lemon. Absolutely masterclass here. So Overgrown Lemon, I think it's just the extra citrus you add to your dish after you cook it. I think Overgrown Lemon has cooked magnificently here in set number 5. Of course, Angel Senpai and Ripstick, I think Ripstick in particular played pretty well. Obviously was very enabled with that Asher build to do so, but especially in those early sets, we actually saw him contribute a lot to the aggression, right? A 2+1 performance, very unusual for a goalie, I think. It's particularly a melee goalie, right? So I think hats off to Ripstick, a bit of a sleeper carry in those earlier sets that bought Overgrown Lemon the time to kind of lock in and carry through that game. So well played to Weasel Furts here. Chikara Eclipse, though, potential adaptations that they might be able to make. What are you thinking, Big Tilt?
Well, next map is Chikara Eclipse's pick, and it was Demon Diaz. So I would like for them to lean a bit into damage, because the damage is a pretty good win condition, and even if they're uncomfortable, they can still play their slicks, their mags, their vicious vampires, but they maybe should focus a bit on targeting someone so they don't get to take over the game and put a little bit more pressure on the player.
Hmm. I think they're gonna be looking, hey, to maybe turn a certain fruit on the enemy team, a certain citrus, a certain, I don't know, citrusy person on the other team into a juice. I think here on Demon Dies, and we'll see. We'll see if that can actually happen, though. As I'm gonna bring up the striker selector for this game here. Let me get that going, courtesy of Patat. Oh, guys, all right. I know I talked it to death yesterday, and the curse was broken. Let's be clear, Patat. You still don't want to lose game one when Patat is your ref. As right now, let's take a look at the awakenings here. They're going to be booted up. It is going to be Might of the Colossus missile propulsion, a very KO conducive awakening thing here, awakening combination here. I could see a lot happening, and I think things like the Juliet is probably going to be the big pick. I think both Sunseki and Overgrown Lemon is their signature characters, and it's probably going to be blue side one here, if I were to guess.
Missile Pop, like these two awakenings, my classic Missile Pop allow for a lot of flexible picks. Like Missile Pop allows for like Jakar, Luna, Vice, Aimi, very damage heavy. And then for the brawlers, they could pick Mighty Colossus, Kazan, X, and
Mm-hmm.
in these close encounters, the missile prop and the Mighty Colossus will just lean really heavy into the damage. And I really hope that uh either one team picks damage and at least try to pick like characters that can apply a lot of pressure. And I'm pretty sure Zanseki is known to play Kazan on this map. I've seen him play it before in regular season. And they played like I think Vicious Vambrace too. And
Yeah,
because
Vicious.
I'm a really big believer in Vicious Vambrace Kazan, and especially on a side start, it's pretty good where you have a lot of kill confirms. And if they don't put a lot of pressure on you, you put like do two abilities and you're back to like half HP. So it's really good in like these close encounter maps where there's a lot of brawling, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of damage, and all you need to do is have a little bit of abilities and you're back to half HP.
Mm. And I completely forgot about this, but Zanzaki does want to pick the Kazan, I think, but he's also a massive X player, like a massive X player. I almost forgot. I said that Juliet was a signature pick. It might be for like the competitive league, but like just in general, he's an X specialist almost, and uh, we can see that absolutely come out. I do expect, though, like you mentioned, that Vambrace Kazan to come out. We are going to be waiting for draft select to start in just a second, though. But on the flip side, I think Scandals uh, picking up Era here could be potentially really big. I think it's a pick that they like to play on this map. Scandals, a huge player of ranged goalies. I don't think they play very many melee goalies at all. I could be wrong on that, but we saw the Finny in the previous game. Every time I've seen him play goalie, it's been the Finny, it's been the Now, it's been the Era, and I have no reason to believe that they're going to change it up this game. And now I think about it, the Finny, like obviously a huge pick here coming into it, and with FURT being on blue side, it does mean that they, unless they want to contribute the ban and the first pick to take away that Juliet Finny, they might have to. They might have to take one on the chin, so to speak.
Yeah. Uh, I'm trying to think of what goalie picks Ripstick would play here. Maybe like Dubu. I mean Asher again. I mean
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ripstick is a melee goalie drawer. I think he only plays like two
Yes.
characters, like Asher Dubu. I haven't seen him in anything else. So I think he's just gonna stick to his guns and play the Dubu or the Asher and just hold it down like a true iron wall.
Hmm. Yeah, that could absolutely be right. The missile propulsion. Oh, honestly, could just go for the size on the boo, right? I think that we've seen a lot of that. Whenever you have like a singular thing to defend, you could just go pauldrons and just strike hitbox your way out of things. But obviously, missile propulsion just good to add to the forward momentum that your forwards could have. So we'll see. We are waiting for draft to start. It feels like there's a little bit of a miscommunication here, maybe in draft select. But just talking about the game, in particular, I do want to say that this is I believe, I forgot what game 3 was, but if we are going to go to that, oh, it's
Oh,
not pinned.
Inky's. I think it's
Inkies, yeah.
Inkies.
Yeah, this is a crazy I remember just talking about it briefly. This was like a crazy map draft. We had game 1 was wow, I'm like game 1 at lab, which was like whatever. But Demon dies into Inkies for game 2, 3, which I think is gonna be very exciting. And you know what? I'm gonna stand tall as someone who did contribute, who did help select the map pool for the NAS. I know it's controversial. I know that some people very much don't like this map pool. I like this map pool. I think we've seen very diverse picks. We've seen a lot of Inkies. We've seen a lot of applications. We've seen a lot of Demon Dies. And I think this is the map pool that does show that you really have to be comfortable with some maps. You really cannot be defaulting to Oni's Night Market Autent, because unless you're a specialist in one of those maps, you're gonna have to take something on the chin. And if you're not prepared to go to Inkies, if you're not prepared to go to Dies, if you're not prepared to go to App, a team can really catch you off guard for that. And I think that's what makes these map drafts so exciting. A lot of these teams just they want to draft check, or not draft check. They want to scrim check you. They want to check if you're prepared to use the portal on gates, if you're prepared to deal with Julia, Rasmus, Drakkar, and Imi's app. So I think this is really interesting. I think it's a really interesting pool, and we have not seen a lot of Atlas's Lab and Taiko Temple, which is really nice. Very nice.
Uh, just like in this particular series, we have Atlas Lab, a pretty neutral map.
Yeah,
You can play
yeah.
for core control damage. You have Demon Dios, which is a pretty damage heavy map, and then you have Inkies, a really
Guys,
volatile,
guys,
fast
guys,
paced map.
we cannot be pronouncing Deus wrong in the Big
I'm
25.
sorry.
You're both so bad at this.
Demon
Demon Diaz,
Deus. Yeah, update from
Demon
production and
Diaz.
Deus Day, blah blah. It's DD. It's
DD.
demon. I'm a demon die because I'm gonna demon. I'm a yeah. You know what? I'm gonna stream. I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, it is Demon Dies. Wait, is it Demon Dies? No, it's Demon Day.
Demon
I
Diaz.
forgot already. It is
Demon Diaz.
Demon
Yeah, Diaz.
Deus. Demon Deus.
Demon Diaz.
Deus. You have to. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So it's day. Yeah. Okay. Deus.
DD.
Deus.
Call it DD.
It's DD. I'm not gonna call it DD because I know my ass is gonna slip up one time. I'm gonna say demon. I'm gonna say demon does or some shit like that. Uh, all right. Well, this is a wonderful demon.
Demon what, Brick Bat?
Uh,
Close. Come
oh,
on.
what is it? What is demon?
Demon
Is it
Deus.
Deus? It's Deus.
Deus. Demon
I'm
Deus.
so unconfident now. I'm just gonna. Maybe it is DD. Maybe it is DD. Maybe
Okay.
it is.
The bands are coming in. FURT has banned the
Oh,
Finny.
they've started. Thank God. Yeah, that makes sense. You just don't want to deal with it. The Scandals obviously plays it. Incredibly good on the dais, as we like to call it here. Right. The deuce, the dies, the deuce, the days, the dais. Interesting to see though this Imi going to be picked up here. I actually am like really curious on what consensus is on Imi on Demon Deus, because I feel like she's a bit of a mixed bag. It's hard to start the corner offenses that make her turret so strong unless you've opened up the barrier. If it's an open map, obviously that turret's going to be very good. But I oftentimes, and this could be me being bad at the game, I sometimes struggle to find value, like amazing value with the turret when the barriers are up. Of course, the damage is going to be incredibly good, obviously, but I definitely like pick a lot of things over it. Things like the Vice, things like hell, the Finny, even right that could do things like that. But seeing it first picked here is a little bit interesting. So on the flip side, I think ECL doing exactly what you think they were going to do, picking that Kazan, probably going to be Vicious Vambrace. I'm assuming that this Estelle is going to go over to Cragley. And on the flip side, Overgun Lemon, after feeling very good on the Zentaro pick, is going to be reprising the role.
And to round it out, we have Atlas in the net as pick 6. And it is Atlas missile prop, so it might be good. I personally don't believe in this Atlas character. If you play in the damage, he just gets out-tempoed. I mean, you just if you know how to layer your abilities, layer your damage, you can't keep up. Like, if you play in a certain way where you just, okay, you play around the primary, okay, that's one cooldown down, and you keep possession. And then the secondary is gone, and then he has no abilities to save anything, and then he just gets either killed or his teammates get killed fast enough.
Yeah. I think nope. I completely agree with you. There's maybe a world where the missile prop can be built into like power, and the Atlas could randomly find snipes, a la like seeing a Dubu somersault to KO someone, but I'd rather just see the Dubu here, I think. I'd rather just see the one good meta melee goalie still be in here over any of the other subpar melee goalies, right? The Mako, Atlas, Asher, which I think has really seen a dramatic decrease in play this patch. So we'll see though. It might just be a comfort pick potentially for Scandals, but we'll see. I'm not too sure, but we are getting in a game finally after that draft, and we'll see. We'll see what Demon Deus has
Demon Deus
to give us. All right, cool, awesome. Let's go.
Right. I do this first set will set the tempo, the overall feel of the match, and the team who makes the decisive decision first will obviously win this match, and see if like I'm more curious about like ripstick on this Rasmus goalie pick. We didn't really talk about it. Oh,
What
terminating the match.
What
Unfortunate.
happened? What happened?
But back to the Rasmus point. I haven't seen ripstick play Rasmus, and Rasmus on DD is pretty strong, especially on a Mighty Colossus start. You can like primary people. Like you can play like you can do like hospital clears and then kill people with the primary if they're not like aware. But I think these players are good enough to play around that, and I will say I think the goalie matchup is way more important. Okay, what is happening?
Bro, what?
The goalie matchup is what to keep your eye out in this particular match.
Bro, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean they just quit the match twice in a row.
Yeah. Wait. No way we're taking a bathroom break right now. We're this late into draft. We're taking a bathroom break? No. No, I don't believe it. No shot, right? Yo?
Yeah, maybe
No, bro.
you should
Bro,
have.
is bro not potty trained? Like, what's happening here, bro? No.
We
This
did
is so
that to
crap.
do like 10 minutes of. Oh, okay. They said
Wait.
they're back. They're ready. It looks like we're gonna head back into the match for the third time in a row, and hopefully the final time for this map, and get a move on, because we got more matches to play and more series to play as well.
Please. I'd like to see some of Mega Strikers. Yo, I just looked at my video. My forehead's so shiny. Do you see this? Look at
I think it's definitely the light.
Yeah, it's definitely the light, but I'm also like so bald. Like, guys, I don't think you realize you don't see it because of this headset here. But I mean, look, oh my god, look how thin this is, guys. But like low key, I'm like Megamind though because I'm incredibly smart.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like incredibly smart and handsome. So that's what
Yeah.
causes the shininess off of the head. Yeah. So that's something that I think I'd like to bring up before we get into game number 2 here, just so everyone's aware.
Yeah, gotta keep the attention span of our Omega Strikers community after being iced for 10 to 15 minutes. But this is finally in. Surely we're gonna play the game and have a great Demon Deus match upon us.
Oh yeah, let's go. We're on the dais. That just doesn't feel good to say. Like it feels good to say we're on the dais. People are gonna die, but we're on the dais. People are gonna hate us. Like what's gonna happen here? Like what do we say? I can't think of anything. We're on the court though. We're on the court and we've got that vicious van brace that you expected from Zonseki, and he's probably gonna need it because we've got double wand here. We've got Magician Zentara, Magician Aimi. Their magic trick is that they make your health bars go away. So we'll see what can happen. Pauldron's Might of the Colossus as well for Ripstick, right? Starting the game with a ultra chill, being a chilling 147 power here to start out the game.
I really like that they made the decisive decision to pick double siphoning wand. And now against Atlas, the overall ticking of the damage will allow them to put more pressure onto probably Estelle here, because overgrown Lemon 5 with the Blick shot. It's the first point.
Yeah, it's a bit, I mean, you know what? This is a bit of a magic trick right there. I'd be crossed up. I'd be a little woozy after something like that. Overgrown Lemon continuing his awakening from game number 1. He's got to be feeling good, and we're going to continue that here. Not able to get the goalie barrier there. Fortunately, reality is harsh, and he's going to have to walk away from this one very staggered. On the flip side, no. Zanseki gonna be the first person to receive the healing, but a bit of an unfortunate play means that it's gonna be an open net here for Wee's Shiny Furts. Oh my, I can't say it. I can't say it. It's Wee's Little Furt. Hey, for Furt Night. And Furt Night, they're gonna have the opportunity to score here. Angle Senpai not able to get the core though. Ripstick yanking it away from Zanseki before any sort of momentum can start for Chikara. Eclipse has this flip to work with too. Gonna be very comfortable. Pendulum swing comes out. Overgrown Lemon. No cooldowns there to confirm the core on the open net. Bit of a deja vu point though coming through. Overgrown Lemon gets into the top side of the net right through Scandals. And that is going to be a second point now for the brawler of Fortnite.
Yeah, the Cyber was really putting the pressure on for Wee's Little Furts onto Chikara Eclipse, and Overgrown Lemon 5, his playstyle is really, really interesting. Like, you don't really see any, like, 1v1 brawlers that much anymore, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, he really excels at exploiting the goalie's tendencies, and really is playing to his game. Like, he plays confident, he doesn't falter when he like makes a mistake, because he knows his team's gonna get him another chance, and that's what you want from a brawler. You don't want to give up when you okay, I missed my strike. Oh, I'm like the worst player ever. I should quit the game. Like, good striking from Zanseki, proving that he is capable of striking the ball as Kazan, and it's 1 point for Chikara Eclipse.
But a trifling matter, I'm sure, for Furret on Demon Deus. I'm really struggling today, and we'll see though, the defense not struggling just quite yet for Wee's Little Furts. They're gonna get one goalie barrier down. Oh no, the flip means that a second one might soon fall after, but a cool angle actually from Ripstick to get the clear. Unfortunately, not out of the woods yet. Another flip comes through from Angle Senpai, giving Overgrown Lemon an opportunity. 2v1 finds it here, but unfortunately, Ripstick just not fast enough. Now it's going to be completely evened up here for both teams.
I mean, the vicious Rembrace Mag Souls team is killing the people with double siphoning on, which is you do not want to see on this side of Weasel Furts. They're just going to settle in. Ripstick's going to settle into this Rasmus pick, and Rasmus, it's not... He is a character that takes more brain power to play, because you can't just strike primary like other characters. I mean, you can with Rasmus, but you have to do it with a purpose. You can't just throw it out, because people, these players know how to exploit that, because Rasmus is a brawler, and surely people know how to play against these Rasmus characters.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Zanseki proving that he does know what to do when confronted with a Rasmus goalie point blank. Gonna be up to Scandals though here to save this potential final goalie barrier of the set. Cragley pass up to Zanseki, dribble forward, an opportunity here with the pull. Unfortunately goes wide here, but Scandals still looking pretty here. Walking up with his flip, wants to maybe end it himself, but might not get the opportunity. No, does! Snipes it right away from Overgrown Lemon, doesn't counter flip. Fortunately, that's going to be the set. Over to Chikara Eclipse. Zanseki gonna be your MVP.
I mean, ooh. This is actually... The triple size in this draft is pretty bad for both the goalie and the brawler for the 1-2, because you don't want to see all the size gone immediately. But just having it is good. And this heavy impact, the super surface intel is also bad, because you don't want to lose that. But this awakening, this draft is really interesting to take. I didn't even see explosive entrance. This draft is disturbing.
Yeah, I think it feels like everyone just got turbocharged. I feel like everyone just got what they wanted, with the exception of poor Scandals, who just picked stacks on stacks into double damage dash awakening Ivy Zentaro, and gotta feel bad. I don't know if you're gonna stay alive for long enough for that to be valuable.
A lot of damage is being stacked on right now because all three members of Wee's little FURTs got damage awakenings. We got Super Surge on the IME, which is really good. You have Size on Rasmus, which links into the Minor Colossus. And Explosive Entrance got fallen down to Zentaro, which unlocks the Dash Awakening for Overrun Lemon 5. He is unlocked. Now we need to get the set 5, and he's double unlocked.
Ooh, and a good KO found here over on Lemon. Oh no! Okay! You know what? It's technically better. It's technically better because now he's gonna respawn with a bar of energy. So it's like he flipped and got a little bit of a refund back. So that's actually worth it. Like, that's actually the best way it could possibly go for Overgrown Lemon 5, I think. So, well played. Well played, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that interaction happens. I see it pretty often. I mean, because if you catch the Zentaro lacking with that dash like that, but look at all that damage.
Oh, that damage.
They have to layer it even more. They have to deny the orbs. Okay. Over them by kind of coy chasing the allowing Scandals to get free with that orbs. And it's not about just the damage. It's about controlling the amount of health that your opponent can gain. Because you can't. Okay, it's really easy to just hit people. But okay, that's low-key hitting people's heart in this game on the low. But making them stay low is the hard part as well. Like damage, people don't know how to like. It's really hard to like play damage in a way that is good for the other team.
I could agree with that. As of right now, Zonseki, the midfield shot there, a little bit of a blue lock shot right there. Midfield goal coming through. 1 point for Chikara Eclipse. And this, as you mentioned, though, the damage is scaling. The Atlas there, able to get 100 or so stacks in that previous engagement. That means a lot, but Scandal's immediately going to be biting a lot of damage here. The revive has to be used just to heal himself here. Overgun Lemon looking to take a second goalie barrier, does so in very quick fashion. 15 seconds in, one goalie barrier now down for Ripstick, though. Cragley looking to make this one a second, but it's going to be Zonseki with the pull. Does it all himself. Scandals cleared downwards. Cragley now advancing, has the cooldowns, but not going to find the goal with them. This is now 2 missing cooldowns. Overgrown Lemon almost tries to go for it. Checks Scandals, but Scandals this time going to be ready for that. But the play is not over yet. Ripstick down to Angle Senpai. Cragley an opportunity to intercept that. He does. Pass goes to Zonseki. And the triangle formation that does its work. 2 points here for Chikara Eclipse.
Roman 5, greedy for the hero play there. They played a bit more slow in that interaction. There's no reason to rush it. But now Roman 5 has no evade, and Chikara Eclipse honestly should just dump a lot of damage on Roman 5 because he can't fight back right now. And if he gets the orb for free, oh, he doesn't. And now you can just stack damage on either Angle or Roman 5 and put a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, we also, ooh, Cragley, actually, just before anything can happen, snipes away the set in favor of Chikara Eclipse. Now a 2-0 lead. Chikara Eclipse looking to even up the set here in losers quarters. I forgot, this is a tournament life series, season life series. So it's going to be a very big win. Let's see what we have in draft.
Cragley with the MVP. I'm looking at Ad Rush. Someone should really take this. And whoever takes Ad Rush in this scenario would probably win the game. But somehow, Ad Rush is going to fall to 6. Okay. Thankfully, we get Ad Rush on the Atlas of all characters. And I think one of the forwards on the side of the Chikara Eclipse should have taken that Ad Rush, personally.
Yeah, I agree. Bit weird. Honestly, on the low, could have been the Rasmus too. Has a lot of damage, right? 159 power with the Pauldrons. Had a lot of kill confirmed himself, and I think I would have honestly gone for that if I were Ripstick. But here, going back into the game proper, Cragley gonna get a lot of healing to take a lot of damage, and might get sent off the map regardless. Zonseki looking for KO on Angle Senpai, doesn't find it. Over on Lemon, 2v1 situation, doesn't get the goalie barrier, and now it's gonna be Zonseki to play alone with his midfielder gone. Ripstick now trying to get the core. through it, but missile prop on Scandals makes this a little bit hard. Gonna lose that final goalie barrier though. Overgrown Lemon, ooh, finds the KO with Ioni's Blade. That's the extra special Zentaro doing work in ways that you wouldn't expect it.
Yep. Extra special EE, Mighty Class Centaur with Siphoning One will stack the damage and will allow Overgrown 5 to make these hero plays even easier with the special and just allow him to apply pressure, take over the game, and do Overgrown Lemon 5 things as he just takes the double barrier there.
Yeah, well, doesn't get the goal there, but an opportunity presents itself. One goalie down. Ripstick sends it in himself, seeing that opportunity, the gap in the armor between Kragley and Zonseki thoroughly taken advantage of. Ripstick now a second quick point here for Weasel FURT. They're looking at just nab a set before anything could really happen in set number 3.
Yeah. I will have to point out, imagine if I think Angle Senpai take an ad rush in the scenario.
Yeah.
They have Super Surge, and you can just dash at people and just kill them from like 15 feet away, and they just apply the pressure, and they would have cooldowns here, and they would just just stack even more momentum. But the power spike is fine, and it's still allowing them to put all the pressure and just play to their strength, which is just overwhelming the goalie. And I just wanted to say that ad rush is very important in these matches.
100% agreed, and because of that, it might cost Weasel FURT that goal here. Zonseki and Kragley an opportunity.
Oh,
no, actually, Overgrown Lemon.
Over.
My bad. Overgrown Lemon 5, of course, has to take us to Overgrown Lemon set 5, maybe. We'll see if that actually does happen. Angle Senpai here is going to be your MVP.
Good thing is for, what do you call it, Chicago Eclipse, there's no Stinger in the strap for the double siphoning one team. And now, since Angle Senpai took the spike, they can take spike here. And there is 3 spikes in the draft, which is a bit unfortunate. So, no more spikes for the later. And it's looking like a really good draft for Weasel FURT as we get Fighter Flight and Glass for Rasmus and Santaro.
Yeah. On the flip side, too, that team player, obviously in Kazan, if you were goalie, you'd be good. But on Brawler, not so much. And as well, that's just a single spark of cooldown for Kragley, who otherwise has had an explosive build, so not much actually found here for Chikara Eclipse, whereas it feels like scaling is really coming through now for the side of Weasel FURT.
As you see someone with no evade, you force the Atlas off, and now look, the healing is very negligible, and now Kragley is at half HP and out of the play, but Zonseki is helping his team out by applying so much pressure and getting those both barriers.
Very well played. Kragley with a breakaway, but unfortunately is going to be broken himself. Going to spend some time in the KO box. Flip from Scandals to keep the goalie barrier alive. No evade and no HP now. Soon to be gone from this world. There it is, the flip right in front of the net. Oh, the slow strike. Kragley ready for it though. Wins the strike war against Overgrown Lemon. Flip comes out, but not going to be used in time. Now one more opportunity there, and it's going to be taken in a way that you wouldn't expect. The hit stun actually going to prevent the strike from Kragley coming out, and a dirty point for Weasel FURT, but they get it done regardless.
Yeah, I mean, look at this Rasmus, 187 power with the glass, double size, prime time. He's literally just hitting people, and that's what you want to do. Like, if you hit a person, that's good. If you hit the person and the core, it's even better. And they're just applying so much pressure, and it allows for Aimi and Zentaro just to do the job of either kill confirming or stacking more damage.
Right now, Ripstick going to be forced to play defensive here against Zonseki. Kragley, though, going to be taken out on the other side of the map. Scandals and Zonseki in a 2v3 situation. Fortunately, going to lose one to the power play. Zonseki, though, critical strike or win, but the hook means that the play's still going. Overgrown Lemon 5 finds Scandals. A little bit of sleep there. Takes him out. Has his flip preserved. And it looks like we're going to be going to an Overgrown Lemon set 5.
Yep. 5 has the flip, has the passive. And they can make a little bit of a hero play here. They can look for a primary flip kill. They can look for this overall damage. And Alice should be back online here. So it might play a little bit more damage. We're back to a neutral state here.
Yeah, Overgrown Lemon a little bit too excited with the flip. Unfortunately, doesn't use it as well as he should have maybe. Angle Senpai tasked with assisting the goalie on the clear. Overgrown Lemon, unfortunately, does not find that goalie barrier. Zonseki, though, also does not find the goal barrier with a flip. Very unfortunate for both brawlers, but it's going to be more unfortunate for one than the other. It's going to be the midfielder, Cragley, gone, but a little bit of a misplay by Ripstick means that there's an opportunity here for Chikara Eclipse. One goalie barrier down, Angle Senpai going to be low. Zonseki not able to win the strike war, and it's going to be Overgrown Lemon here. A lot of damage going on. Cragley effectively 100 is zeroing him. Has to play defensive here. The flip comes out here in overtime. Doesn't find the flashy play, but Ripstick is able to clear. No problemo for now. Flip as well. Going to mean that Ripstick going to be playing incredibly safe here. He is able to play a little bit more aggressive than one might expect from a goalie in overtime here. Final goalie barrier goes down for the point. Zonseki with possession of the core. No, misses the pull. This could potentially be it. Yes, that it is. And a mechanical misplay from Zonseki fortunately capitulates the whole team. Scandal's just not able to make it there in time. The hit stun from Overgrown Lemon perfectly well timed.
And Stinger has fallen down to Overgrown Lemon. Set 5 Lemon has unlocked Stinger. And now, this draft is really good for the double siphoning one team. The scaling comp. Now you're rewarded with so much damage here.
I mean, what do you even deny here? Even with yeah, the Deadeye not going to be denied, and looks like Cragley just opting into the peak performance, hoping to stay alive. But it really just doesn't feel like that's going to be enough. It feels like you're going to die either way. So it's a little bit scary. Hot shot going in the hands of Ripstick, right? More cooldowns, but importantly, an Atlas deny for those cooldowns. And hey, it's Overgrown Lemon set 5. The man with X scaling built into the player. And already, look at that damage coming out. One goalie barrier down, 2 goalie barriers down. Angle Senpai with a second one. Ripstick, possession of the core, trying to get it through, but Zonseki with a pull, almost gets it out. That's going to be a dead goalie for the side of Chikara Eclipse. It's going to be looking like a power play for Wee's Little FURT. The piercing shot, though, perfectly timed, keeps the core alive. Zonseki, the size on this Kazan, gets the strike that he wants. The power play ends. Scandals is here and is immediately met with half his HP bar gone. Now the turret, the firewall sentry is going to be here. Overgrown Lemon looking to get more damage. Flip from Angle Senpai comes through, but it's not going to be enough. Will the flip be enough? Oh, the slow play comes through. It's a massacre in favor of FURT. Zonseki not big enough to save the core. The defensive line is going to be taken out here in set number 5.
Overgrown Lemon 5 squeezing the life out of Chikara Eclipse on that point. Playing it slow, playing it steady, playing with patience. And it just allows him to make the great decision of applying so much pressure. As patience, the slow kill, the slowness of death is just what allows them to get that double kill. And now they're just putting so much pressure on Angle Senpai pretty low, but Ripstick with the play, getting the primate, getting the kill. He's the squeezer. He's squeezing the life.
And in Overgrown Lemon's world, it is juiced or be juiced. And right now, Overgrown Lemon, he is juiced up. He's looking to take all of the concentrate for himself. He's going to be looking to beat Chikara Eclipse into a pulp. The damage is going to be coming through now as we get closer to the goalie barriers. Yeah, Zonseki looking low. The slow strike is going to be there. One goalie barrier down. The revive is there in time for Zonseki, but not in time to maybe save the core. No, he is able to be taken out. Cragley able to get one barrier on the flip side. Now a second opportunity. Zonseki has to make do with this flip, but it's just not a good position. The firewall sentry blocks any opportunity, and another flip now from this IME is going to end any sort of offensive play. Zonseki going to be taken out. Now it's going to be a power play. The flip preserves. No, it doesn't save the barrier, and this could potentially be it. Cragley and Scandals need to make a miracle play to keep this point alive, but Scandals can only do so much with this little HP. The slice and dice is there. The Oni's blade is there. The hit stun not going to be enough. Cragley, though, looking to take the strike war. An amazing strike war by Scandals, though, against the glitch pops. Going to keep this core alive. An absolutely clutch moment, but they still have to score the points. Zonseki, another critical strike war win, but the core is looking faster and harder to deal with at each passing moment. Overgrown Lemon 5 has awakened. Overgrown Lemon, set 5 has come through, and the star of Wee's Little FURT once again shines so brightly, and they're going to be punching their ticket to losers semifinals.
I have a date with Groundhog Day, and if they play this damage comp again, I think that they have really good success in this playoffs, because they look really solid. They drafted correctly outside the Adrenaline Rush. Personally, I think they should always pick that as a damage comp. But Overgrown Lemon 5, the Squeezer, the Juicer, the Demon on the Zentaro, letting his demons out and killing everyone in sight with that Stinger, EE, extra special, Mighty Colossus build. And in that position, when you're given all the tools in your toolkit, you're bound to fly with that person. I salute you, Overgrown Lemon 5. You play like a beast.
Played like an absolute beast. 100% agreed. MVP. Almost always the MVP, it feels like, of this team. No shade to Ripstick or Angle Senpai. They just play that style to enable the mechanical plays from their brawler, and it really does show. Sort of kind of a baby Bun team, right? How Liari and Lily Bun play to enable Scyther Club. It feels like it's a very similar sort of genre of team, so to speak. And Overgrown Lemon is delivering on his promises. 8+1 here, another 50k damage performance, mirroring last game, right? And outperforming his previous game with an extra goal from what he got previously. One thing to mention, though, actually more so than in previous points, Ripstick, a very silent carry from here. 1+7 here on the Rasmus. I think that is actually quite absurd for a goalie to have that much goal participation, not to mention, right, over 40, 50 redirects on any other person in this game, notwithstanding, his midfielder, who is at 164. So really, Ripstick kind of a silent beast here, I think, in game number 2.
Yeah, his build was very good. Hot shot prime time allowed him just to beat people up with the primary and get the ball up, and that's all Overgrown Lemon 5 needs. He needs the ball to get into his hands, and Rasmus allows him to just strike primary and red core, and now the ball's on the other side of the field, and then they're walking towards the ball, and it's towards like the wall, and then you get Iris dashed, and you just get killed by Super Surge, and it was just an all cohesive team. They were more cohesive. They had the better comp. They played it to perfection, and that's why they're here in loser semis. Really solid play.
Yeah, we'll see, though. They are not out of the woods yet, or should I say the forest. They're going to be taking on, I think, they're going to be taking on the next series, and they're looking to make it to game 2. They've got one more series ahead of them, and we'll see how that ends up. Will Overgrown Lemon 5 and crew make it through? Hashtag stay juicing out there. That was the worst thing I've ever done. Let's cut to break. Let's cut to break. We're done here. We're
Yep.
done.
You definitely done
All right,
worse.
see you
So
guys.
good.